Hello and welcome. This is Rising Dawn 144 Collective Message. We're in the Lions Gate portal, have full moon in Aquarius tonight. Lots of things happening and changing. I'm picking up on a motherly energy. You start out with the Force, the Moth, and the Eight of Swords. Excuse me. I see this as somebody being trapped within their mind, like not realizing their own power that they have. The last couple readings I had, it was you have the manifestation power, but others around you were using it for their self. You didn't realize that it was your power that they were able to use to create with. And that's what I'm feeling from this energy, this Eight of Swords, being trapped within your own thoughts, feeling powerless. Your perception is distorted. And in this moth energy, you're idolizing others. You're kind of like, I want to say fairy godmother type. Like you were using all of your inner force and power to better others around you, to invest in those around you, those that you have made what's the word? I want to like those that you have dedicated yourself to. So I'm picking up on a mother, like a mother energy big time. So that could be your children, your partners, maybe, even a business. You were using your power to like raise up the others around you. But at the same time, you didn't realize that that's what had you trapped. That's what made you feel powerless because you gave all the power to the others around you that you loved, that you cared for, that you do love and care for. So that's what I'm picking up is you didn't realize the force was within you. Your inner power to overcome, manifest, and transform, that is you. You have the strength and determination to rise out of this cocoon, the Eight of Swords, and be birthed in to the moth yourself. Rather than giving that life energy to everybody else, you're realizing, and you are realizing because the next card is the call. So you've heard the call. And that is what brought you out of this cocoon into this moth energy. Next to that, okay, we have the call, right? So you're awakening to who you are out of a slumber. You were in a slumber with this Eight of Swords. You were kind of hiding yourself without realizing that's what you were doing. You're trusting the uncertain path now. We have Oyster with this. You were the secret keeper. You were hiding your inner treasure, but at the same time, you were using it. We have the Three of Wands energy with this. And that's self-guidance. That's envisioning the future and creating it. That's what I'm saying is this is your manifestation powers that those around you was riding on, basically. They're riding on your coattails. Yes, they're the ones you love, the ones you uplift, especially if this is your children or your partner or whatever. As a mother, that's what you want to do. You're like the foundation that gives them room to grow. And you didn't realize that by putting all of that energy into them, giving it all away to them, kept you in this cocoon, kept you in this oyster. So your secrets, the secrets that it was your energy that was creating everything, you heard the call. You've been awakened. The full moon is happening tonight, and we have nightingale. That is a bird sitting upon a full moon and speaks fiercely, but with kindness. Uh, the fearless voice, communication. After you come out of this oyster, right? After you come out of this cocoon and become this moth and realize that it was you the whole time, that it's your power, this oyster opens up because you heard the call. You manifested this. So somewhere within you, you already knew that this was something to this was happening. Um, I'm hearing feeling used and abused. So maybe this full moon, or maybe the Lionsgate portal. Maybe it like you heard a call. You seen yourself rather than seeing everybody else. You finally like looked at yourself. So you heard the call, and divine intervention came in. This comes with the deer, which is again loving mother energy, very protective, lots of compassion. This intervention is a change and growth. Surrender to the destiny and trusting the redirection. You have the Daughter of Cups with that. That is struggling to stay grounded, emotional, being creative. You may be an artist. I think something has changed big time in the dynamic of this mother energy. I think you've realized who you are. You heard the call. You've seen it. You went within and looked at yourself. And that's when this intervention came in. The universe redirected you now. Now that you heard the call, now that you came out of this oyster, came out of this cocoon, now you're going to be able to manifest better. You're going to be able to transmute and kind of flow, flow more with the universe rather than at constant hitting dead ends because you were giving all your power away, all your energy away. And yes, you were doing it in love, you were doing it to protect, you were doing, all that motherly stuff. It depleted you and kept you hidden, is what it did. So we end this overall energy with the reward. Spiritual attainment through mastery, the soul's radiant essence, realization of who you are, the nightingale, this bird sitting upon this full moon, this little bitty bird, just being fearless and speaking. This is communication. So this full moon is bringing communication about your reward. You didn't fight this energy. You flowed with it. Like you heard the call and you just kind of was like, okay, let's see where this goes, And you were trusting in the redirection. So with that, you get the Daughter of Pentacles, your inner strength, details, being supportive and kind. And that's what the nightingale does. It speaks fiercely, but with kindness. Is that not a mother? Is that not a mother? We have at the bottom of the deck the Mother of Pentacles. And with this card specifically, the definition when you read on it, children can hinder you. Your love, healing, patience, all that good ooey gooey stuff in you can be used to your detriment. And it was. It was. You gave so much of yourself that you stayed hidden. Nobody's seen you. We have the fish above that, and that's being distracted, feeling lost and restless. And next to that, we have surrender, letting go of control, wisdom of liberation, intelligence of ebb and flow of life. So you're seeing this as this redirection, not as a hindrance, not as something like oh, I'm cutting all you guys off. I've had enough of this. This is about me. You're speaking fiercely, but you're doing it with kindness. You're like, yes, I love you and I will elevate you and I will give to you, but not before I give to myself, not before I allow myself to elevate. I have to put me first, and then what I produce, I can give to you. No more draining yourself. And that is what's coming in with this full moon energy. This is a force of your inner power. You're manifesting, you're transforming. This Three of Wands, you've manifested this while you're in this Eight of Swords energy. You were manifesting, you were wishing, you were hoping, you were seeing, feeling what you didn't want, you seen what you did want. So as you come out of this oyster, you're coming out as a whole new person, a whole new way of being, thinking, everything. And it's going to be, it's just all your magic is going to flow. It's going to flow and it's going to be beautiful. You're going to create without depleting yourself. And that's the way it should have been. But, you know, hey, we just love so hard as mothers, you know? So, let's see. What else is going to come in with this full moon? I feel energy swirling. It's a very, very active time. Okay, one more. Come on. All right. Clean up this mess. Yeah, we're being woken up out of our slumber. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Oh yeah, standing in your manifestation power. You called all that energy back to you. That could have been that call. You heard the call of the universe and in return called all your energy back to you. You seen the big picture, what the purpose for this intervention was, this redirection. Let's see what the story tells us. What's going on? All right, Seven of Hearts. Choices. Could be Ace of Swords. Okay. Yeah, that truth that came in, that call. The truth about the choices you've been making, and you know, even if you're doing it out of a pure heart, you know, it to your detriment. Six of Pentacles equal give and take. That's the past energy that's involved in these choices and this truth. So, okay, that's what we were already getting. Best way to move forward. King of Pentacles. Staying in your power, having everything you need, nothing to prove. Remember I said you're going to give to yourself first, and then from that foundation is when you're going to, that's when you'll nourish other people. But first, you're going to establish yourself. Because you're just realizing this truth, that you were the power the whole time. That's a huge, huge realization. What's hidden? Six of Hearts. Okay, choices, truth of the choices of the past. Your strength is the Five of Wands. Okay. Competition. Competition for this truth. The lesson is the Tower. Allowing things to fall. This is big. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so the lesson is this Tower. That is a sudden, abrupt change. The key is the Eight of Swords. That's what you had up there. Brings you out of that cocoon. That's what this Eight of Swords is. That's the key, is you getting this abrupt change brought you out of that cocoon. Competition from the past. Five of Hearts is the obstacle. Crying over spilled milk. Competition for your energy created this Tower. That's what we were talking about. And the world, end of a cycle. This Tower and the Eight of Swords, end of a cycle. Just reaffirming what I already said. Eight of Hearts as the final outcome. Walking away emotionally with your cups. Remember, you're going to build yourself up and then come back and give to others off of that foundation. Okay, where is it? We're going to get some more cards. See if any other messages come out, because that's what I'm basically getting from the overall energy. But you're being rewarded. This is divine intervention. The center is this competition for your manifestation energy. Okay, let's see. Mother of Wands. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck over there. Here she is again. Determined, overcoming pain. Seven of Hearts. Pain of the past. Pain of choices from the past. Queen of Wands. Eight of Swords. Oh, I'm sorry. Eight of Wands. News. Yep, the news, the clarity, the sudden movement and change with this Ace of Swords. That was that call that you heard. Six of Pentacles, generosity, charity, equal give and take. That's in the past. And you have the Devil energy on that. Freeing yourself from dependency, freeing yourself from giving all of your resources. Yeah, all I'm seeing right here is you're finding it was your power, your wand the whole time. The Magician with the King of Pentacles. Expansive energy, self-empowerment and action. You're taking your power back and you're creating this foundation beneath yourself so that you can give equally. The High Priestess with the Six of Hearts, the past energy, nostalgia, memories, psychic abilities, your wisdom, silence and non-action to harness your power. Not given to the past. That, again, that's what it's telling me. You just have to harness your own power. Sorry about that. Got a toddler running around. All right, so your strength is the Empress. That mother energy, creation, gentle compassion. The lesson was the Ace of Cups, the Tower. New phases. Your cup runneth over. That's what this Tower's bringing in. That's why you trusted that intervention. You trusted that redirection. You gave to the universe, and the universe gave back to you When you answered that call, you woke up, and that caused a big change. Eight of Swords with the Nine of Cups. Wishes come true. Breaking out of that cocoon, that Eight of Swords that you started out in. Wish comes true. A new phase, bliss, harmony, and peace. With that Ace of Cups, the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Magician. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Like, I am covered in chills right now. Wow. This is strong. This is very... Oh my goodness. Look at this. The Magician number 1, High Priestess number 2, Empress number 3. This is all by divine design. This is your path. Okay, obstacle, the Five of Hearts with the Two of Pentacles. Okay. Someone was in competition for your Empress energy. Maybe it was... Okay, yeah. Your power, your manifestations. Okay, yeah, that's what we were saying. So this Five of Hearts... Okay. Transmuting this Five of Hearts is the challenge. This sadness. Okay, yeah. You're sad that you have to quit giving, you know, like you were. You probably enjoyed it. You're the Empress, you're the High Priestess, you're the Mother. Yeah, we enjoy loving those around us. We enjoy giving that. You're balancing that out. Equal give and take. Okay, the World. End of a cycle. New beginnings. With the Four of Cups. Okay. Then a cycle of greed and discontent. People taking you for granted. That's exactly what that is. You found inner balance with this Five of Cups. Something happened to show you this competition for your power with this Tower energy. Something happened for you to see, like, who would be there for you. Right? You're there for everybody else. Gave and gave and gave until it completely took everything from you. And now something happened where you can see it clearly. You can see who's taken you for granted. Yeah, it's end of cycle for anyone or anything that was using your energy against you. Father of Swords with the Eight of Hearts. Moving away emotionally. Could be a spiritual quest. Father of Swords is analytical. Perception is clear. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Truth and clarity. Getting out of your emotions. Yeah, yep. Confirmation. Okay. Getting out of that ooey gooey heart space, you know, your emotions where it's you just want to give. You just want to give. Setting that to the side and seeing clearly who was taking advantage of that, who was using your power against you. And Lord have mercy, you are really coming into your power. You've called it all back, and it is the call, right? When you called it back, it shifted the direction. It shifted your manifestations. It shifted your reality. And now you're just going to go with the flow, because now that you went through that and you trusted the redirection, like you didn't fight this. Like this devil energy, you didn't fight for it. You just sat back and watched so that you can overcome what was hindering you. You had to sit back and watch to see what was going on, because you were looking through, those rose-colored glasses. Then you get one more round, see if anything else comes out. Mother of Wands with the Mother of Pentacles. Okay. Two of Wands. Determination, direction. Aware of your thought patterns. That's what brings this truth and clarity. Your patterns, the way you did things, the way you thought, the way you did everything. It's a redirection of it. This devil energy, Daughter of Wands. Seeing this devil energy that was taken for their material benefits caused a spiritual transformation in you. The pain caused you to go within and find your force. See that it was actually you, your power. The Magician, you got Son of Wands. Expansive energy. Okay. They're coming in to try and take your wand again. But you're the Magician on that solid foundation. Okay, yep. You can see it coming before it gets to you now. You've gotten to the point where now you can see it. When you change this thought pattern, the way you manifest, the way you give, now you can see it coming at you. So you can act accordingly with your High Priestess energy. Father of Cups with the High Priestess. The Six of Hearts, that's past nostalgia, memories, non-action. This High Priestess, non-action to harness the power, non-action towards these. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, that's what that is. And you're doing it with love in your heart. Like, you're not doing it to be malicious. You're not in the devil energy. The Empress of the World. Wholeness, completion, harmony, and contentment. You had competition. They didn't want you to have that. They didn't want you to see your own power, so you in this cycle, and they couldn't ride off of your stuff. Ace of Cups with the Temperance. Renewal, healing. After this Tower, Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups coming in. The Tower had to fall in order for this Ace of Cups to make its way through. And you needed Temperance to find that out. Okay? Eight of Swords, trapped in your own head. Getting out of that, your wishes come to you. You were blocking it. And now you get to find peace after sadness and worry and maybe illness, loss. That's what had you trapped. Oh, okay. The fear of losing these connections if you didn't give all of you. But you see that now with this Temperance. Ace of Swords, again, Ace of Swords in your environment at this moment. Okay, the Five of Cups with the Two of Pentacles, that's when I said you realized who was filling your cup while you were filling theirs, you know? End of a cycle of people taking you for granted. Within loving, it's the end of a cycle. Like, if they're not given equally, you're not giving at all. Period. That's, you've drawn the line in the sand. That's what I'm seeing with this King of Swords. You drew the line, and you're not given anymore unless it's being given to you. Wheel of Fortune. Change of course. Following your destiny. This, you're allowing people to deal with their own consequences now. You're not taking on the burden of making their path smoother for them. Like, you know, as a mother, you want to go, you know, your kids, even if they're grown, make a mess of something. And as a mother, you come in and you try to smooth it out and clean it up and make it as peaceful and smooth as possible for that child that you love. And you're not doing that anymore. It's time for them to learn on their own and find their own power. They can't have yours anymore. And you're doing that with kindness. You're not being malicious. You're not in the devil energy. We have Eight of Cups again at the bottom. An urgent message to move on. Yeah, that was that call. You felt it. It's here. This full moon is giving you back your power. Harness this energy. Meditate on this energy. Go within so that you can emerge. You're being rewarded. You're on the right path. That's what I'm seeing. You're seeing it. You're seeing everything for what it is, and you're moving forward gracefully. So you feel good about yourself, you know, in the end. Yeah, I quit giving to that, but I feel good inside myself now because now I have that. I have that power, that energy, that manifestations. I have what's mine now, and I don't have to depend on someone else to try and fill up my cup, which they were not. I was always felt lacking. I was always felt, you know, left behind. I was left out, maybe, you know? So you're filling your own cup. The universe and God and Spirit is filling your cup as well now that you see it and now that you're open to it. So congratulations. This is amazing. I can't wait to see what the next read is. Until next time, guys, catch you on the flip side.